Welcome everyone to a slightly different video. In today's project we're building a drop. Yes, a drop. My complete nemesis of all mountain biking. They really freak me out, but I want to get better at them, and to do that I'm going to have to practice. And practice and practice. We always thought this place was screaming out for a drop, so a few of my pals and me finally got together and decided to build one. We're here in Man Woods just outside Stirling, which is our local trails. It's February 2020 and not long before the coronavirus lockdown was announced. We're using 4x4 posts hammered into the ground to make the main support, and everything else will come from these. Using dead logs that were lying around, and stacked them up against the posts and screwed them securely to the posts. Now we can start using more logs behind the front fascia of logs to quickly raise their height. Once this is done, we can start backfilling the gaps with soil to make it compact. As you can guess, this is the boring bit, but it soon starts to take shape. The landing is pretty steep, and although the drop isn't very high, it still messes with your head when you're looking down from it. By varying your speed, the drop can quite easily become 2 or 3 foot higher. We reckon it's about a 5 foot drop, which is just enough to challenge yourself. It gets my heart racing every time I approach it. We're super stoked with the outcome and it looks great, but we hope every other rider who uses it also appreciates it. A word of caution: if you do ride it, only ride it if you feel comfortable to do so. Ride within your capabilities. There, that's the safety bit out of the way. Now it's time for the guinea pig to try it. And since I was the only one that brought my bike, it looks like I've drawn the short straw. I mean, come on, what's the worst that can happen? One last look before the leap of faith. Okay, here goes. Yes, as you can see, I was super stoked with that. That is brilliant. A job well done, guys. A great team effort.
It's been done now by the designer / builder, so therefore it's almost signed off.
Right, let's get a few more runs in with different angles to give you a better idea of the running. Surely the first one isn't a fluke. This double is on a different line and it's one of my favourite features here. It's just made perfectly. It's about 2.5 bike lengths, so it's also a decent size to practice on. Plus the landing is very forgiving, which is another reason to try it and practice on. Here's a little look at the running. Just before the drop is a little gap jump, which once again we didn't build, but we did give it a little bit of a makeover, as it tends to be a little bit kicky. It's about 8 foot, give or take. This trail actually starts further up, but there's a few features we want to add and also maintain a bit first. When we finished it, I'll put another video up. As you can see, the running is quite smooth. Next is the gap. Careful you don't hit the tree. Then it's slightly uphill with a slight slope away from the tree, but not enough to cause any problems. And by now you're carrying enough speed not to pedal up to the drop, and over you go. As you can see, the run out is perfect. I hope this gave you a little insight to our new feature on M-Line. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really helps the channel. And why not think about subscribing? Before we forget, big thanks and credit go to all my pals that helped build today. So thanks to Eddie, George, Brian and John for doing a great job. Well done guys, thanks very much. And until next time, keep practicing.